You're 7 years old, barefoot on a dirt floor in Dang District, Nepal, when a man ducks through your doorway and his eyes go straight to your teeth. Not your face. Your teeth. He checks your hands, turns them over, squeezes your arms like he's buying a goat. Your mother backs into the wall. Your father doesn't move. The man talks for 22 minutes. You count. His words float like smoke. Good family. Kathmandu, school, 3 meals, a future. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? It is. The kind where children get eaten. He puts $340 on the table. Dog-eared rupees that smell like sweat. Your little brother coughs from the back room. Wet, rattling. The kind of cough that kills kids where medicine costs $12 and $12 doesn't exist. Your father picks up the money. The man grabs your wrist, not your hand, your wrist, like a handle. You're walked to a jeep on the road. Your mother sprints after you, grabs your arm so hard it bruises to the bone, screaming something the engine eats alive. The jeep moves. Your mother shrinks, a shape, a smudge, gone. Your cargo, 14 hours in a metal box, 3 other girls in the back. One's 9, one's 6. The youngest is 5, and she vomits down her own chest from crying. Nobody wipes it. The seats are slick with sweat and something brown you don't look at. The air is sour milk and urine and fear. Fear has a smell. You'll learn that. The broker rides shotgun spitting sunflower shells out the window like he's on a holiday. Doesn't look back once. You arrive in Kathmandu at 3 a.m, metal gate. Concrete walls. Padlock the size of your fist. The other girls get dragged in different directions. The 5-year-old reaches for you, small fingers grabbing air. You never see her again. What happened to her? Don't ask. You won't get an answer you can survive. A woman opens the door. You'll call her Mem Sahib. Her real name is for humans. Her husband is Sir. Her kids are Didi and Bai, 10 and 8, softer than bread. Never hauled water, never split wood, never gone to bed with a stomach folding in on itself like a fist crushing your organs from the inside. Your room is a closet under the stairs, mat on concrete. 1 blanket that smells like mothballs and the last girl who slept here. The door locks from outside, not inside. Think about that. Mem Sahib kneels. Warm smile. Cups your face like your porcelain. We're your family now. Welcome home. Behind her eyes, something inventories you. Something that just calculated what it paid per kilogram. 4:30 a.m. every day. Mem Sahib opens the closet and clears her throat. That sound is your alarm clock for the next 3,285 days. You sweep 3 floors. Mop 2 bathrooms on your knees. Wash last night's pots on a stool because your arms can't reach the sink. Ribs pressed against the counter edge so hard you develop a permanent bruise. A stripe across your rib cage that never fades. You cook rice by 6. Serve tea by 6:30. Iron school uniforms for 2 children who ride a van to school while you watch from the kitchen window. That window is your classroom for 9 years. First day, you're 10 minutes late serving lunch. Mem Sahib pours your rice onto the tile. Eat it. You're 7. You eat rice off a floor on your hands and knees while 2 children watch from the table with forks. Still think this is a fairy tale. You eat last. Always. Metal plate. Dented. On the kitchen floor. You don't sit on furniture. You don't use the front door. You enter through the service entrance next to the garbage bins. Front doors for people. When guests come, you pour tea with your eyes on the floor, and if anyone asks, she's your mother. You go to school. You're happy. The guests smile. Wonderful, they say. Not one person in 9 years asks to see your homework. Month 3. The hitting starts. Slap when you spill dal. Wooden spoon cracked across your knuckles when a glass breaks. A kick to the shin when water comes slow. Every mark lands where clothes cover it. Shins, ribs, arms, back, never the face. The face is for guests. The face is the proof the product is undamaged. By 8, a grown woman can crack your ribcage and you pour chai without a ripple in the cup. That's not strength. That's what happens when you beat a dog until silence becomes its first language. You're 8 when Suni arrives. She's 6. Same broker. Same fairy tale. Suni cries for 2 weeks straight. You share the mat. She wets it twice. Memsahib drags her out at 5 a.m. and makes her wash it in cold water. Hands cherry red, shaking, snot dripping off her chin onto the concrete. You help her wring it. You get caught. Memsahib twists your ear until the cartilage crunches like a beetle under a boot. Don't make her soft. Soft ones don't last. Suni gets kitchen duty. She's 6, and she's carrying a full kettle of boiling water to the table. Arms vibrating. The handle slips. Water hits her left foot. She screams so loud the neighbour's dog loses its mind. Memsahib wraps it in a rag. No doctor, no cream. The blister swells, pops, scars. Years later, that scar's still there. Shiny pink patch the size of a cricket ball on a foot that never wore shoes unless guests were expected. What was her crime? Being born where $340 buys a kid. You're 10. The family takes you to a relative's house in Pokhara. Not as family. As luggage that cooks. The relative has a son. He's 16. Second night, he opens the kitchen door where you're sleeping on the tile. He fills the doorframe. Blocks the light. He doesn't touch you. He drops a candy wrapper on your chest and laughs. Low, wet, like checking a fence for weak spots. You tell Memsahib you feel unsafe. She slaps you so fast you taste blood. Don't make up stories. That night, you shove the kitchen table against the door. 3 nights you barricade yourself in a dark kitchen with furniture because every adult in the building decided comfort mattered more than a 10-year-old girl. Think someone stepped in? Nobody stepped in. You're 12 when the system shows up. Social worker. Someone called. Memsahib gets 24 hours notice. Watch what she does with it. Your mat vanishes from the closet. A bed appears in Didi's room, textbooks on a desk. You're scrubbed, dressed in an outfit worth more than your father makes in a year. Rehearsed 4 times. What school? Sunrise Academy. What grade? 6. Who is this woman? My mother. The social worker arrives. Kind eyes. Asks questions. You deliver every answer like a girl who sleeps in a bed and carries a school bag. Memsahib stands 4 feet behind the worker. Just outside her vision. Dead-eyed. Warm smile. The worker writes something. Nods. Leaves. Case closed. An hour later, the textbooks go back. The bed's disassembled. The mat returns to the closet. The system came. The system looked at your face, and you saved your captor. You performed the lie so perfectly, the one person whose job was to find you couldn't. Memsahib locks the closet. Same as every night. Nobody's coming. Not the government. Not the neighbours. Everybody already came, and you smiled them away. You're 13. Your body changes. You steal Didi's biology textbook at midnight. Read by the blue glow of a phone charger on the hallway floor. Pages 2 inches from your face. This is your school. By 14, Memsahib trusts you with grocery money. $15 here, 20 there. You skim nothing. You're building trust the way she built your cage, brick by brick. By 15, you run the kitchen, the supplies, the schedule. She tells guests you're practically family. Same smile, same lie. But you're not surviving anymore. You're waiting. You're 16 when Sir dies. Heart attack. Money tightens. Memsahib starts negotiating your marriage. A family in the Terai. Farmers. Son is 34. You're 16. The meeting happens in the living room. You serve tea while 2 families haggle your price. $1,200 and a gold chain. Higher than the $340 she paid. Good return on investment. The buyer's father checks your teeth, your hands, your hips. Sound familiar? Same inspection. Different room. Same transaction. You run. 3 days before the wedding. 2 a.m. Service entrance. No shoes. No passport because you never had one. No birth certificate because the broker took it in 2007. $47 in a sock. The bus station at 3 a.m. is dark and loud and stinks of sewage and diesel. A man sits next to you on the bench, stares, asks where your parents are. You don't answer. He moves closer. You move to another bench. He follows. You stand near the ticket window under the light until the bus comes. 6 hours to Bharatpur. You don't sleep, don't blink. Fingers clamped around $47 so hard, your knuckles stay white the entire ride. Every headlight behind the bus is Mem Sahib's car. Every stop is someone coming to drag you back. You find the NGO, an address you memorized from a newspaper pulled out of Mem Sahib's garbage. A woman at the desk looks at your feet, cracked, no shoes. She looks at your hands, scarred, burned, 9 years of stovework. She sees the stripe across your ribs and puts her pen down. How long? 9 years. She nods, like she's heard that number before. She has. You're 22. You work at the NGO. You travel to the districts, Dang, Kailali, Bajhang. You sit on dirt floors with fathers who have sick children and no options. A broker will come, you tell them. Don't believe him. Some listen. Some stare at your clean shirt and leather shoes and see exactly what their daughters saw. One Tuesday, Dang district, a man on a dirt floor. His daughter is 7, barefoot, counting ants near a grain of rice. Same ants, same rice, same hollow eyes. A broker came last week, he says. Good family, Kathmandu, school, 3 meals. The money's on the table. You look at the girl. She looks up. Same face, same age, same floor. The brother coughs from the back room. Wet, rattling. Medicine costs $12. You leave your card. You get in the jeep. The village shrinks. The girl becomes a shape. A smudge. Nothing. The machine doesn't run on evil. It runs on $1.31 a day, and a father who loves his daughter enough to let a stranger grab her wrist. You can't fight love. You can't fight math. You can't fight poverty with a business card. She's coming. The next girl. She's always coming. And the door she walks through will be yours or Mem Sahib's. And some nights, in your room, door locked from the inside, you're not sure there's a difference.